What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another premiere. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, with the flurry of information I've been giving out in videos today about the Emmanuel Haro murder trial, which it basically is now, even though he hasn't been found. Let me say that. Both Jake and Rebecca Haro appeared in court, and they pushed that back, the next Thursday. That's known. I was sitting here and I'm thinking, and it hit me. I said in my last video that we're back at day one, at the first step, because nothing happened in court. I was wrong. I sat here and I was thinking for a while, and I got some information. We learned a lot today, if we look between the lines. But before I go into that, take a look at some more information of what happened in court today from another news network.
And with that breaking news in the Inland Empire, a major break in the case of a 7-month-old missing for more than a week now. The parents of 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro have now been charged for his murder. The baby boy disappeared August 14th, and investigators are still searching for him. NBC4's Christian Cáceres is live in Riverside, where his parents made their first court appearance today. Christian.
Annabelle, good afternoon to you. And that's right, as you mentioned, Jake and Rebecca Haro were charged with murder and also for filing a fake police report. But as you mentioned, they made their first court appearance today. Take a look.
So for Mr. Haro, the court will...
Well, the parents of 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro were supposed to be arraigned today inside a Riverside courtroom, but the judge pushed the case to next month because the couple's public defender said they had limited information, meaning no police report and only the complaint, which was actually filed today. Now, it's been 12 days since the couple reported their missing son from the shopping center in Yucaipa. That's when the boy's mother, Rebecca, said she was attacked from behind while changing his diaper in the parking lot. When she regained consciousness, she says her son was gone. For several days, sheriff investigators searched for the boy, but an Amber Alert was never issued. Investigators said the parents' story started becoming inconsistent. And last Friday, both Jake and Rebecca were arrested at their Cabazon home as the whereabouts of their son remain unknown. Today, several families came together outside the courthouse in support for the missing boy.
It seems like he didn't have a lot of love in his life, and so I just felt like it was important to come out here and just show him, that people do care.
And according to court documents obtained by NBC4 Investigates, Jake was convicted in 2021 for cruelty to a child and in 2024 for being a felon in possession of a handgun. And Annabelle, I have to mention that Jake and Rebecca Haro's case, again, has been pushed to next month. And hopefully the public defender says they will have a private attorney. But again, they're hoping that all this information comes together within the next couple of days. But we're also learning that tomorrow, the Riverside County District Attorney's Office, they plan on releasing more information about this case. They're holding a press conference tomorrow morning where we know the San Bernardino and the Riverside County Sheriff's Departments, they're both going to be there. So stay tuned to that. That's the very latest from Riverside. Christian Cáceres, NBC4 News.
All right, guys. Looking between the lines, it's a few things I think, and it's just my opinion, was going on that led us to this point that we're at right now, where they both don't have lawyers, which I think she didn't have a lawyer to begin with. But Jake's lawyer is off in the wind. And I don't think Jake fired him. I think he left. And I'll explain that too. First things first, let me go to these notes I took down real quick. First thing is this, which is a bad move. They have public defenders instead of paid lawyers, right? Now, I don't know where their people's financial backing, or if they even going to ride with these people, because with all of this stuff coming out and everything showed that this whole thing was a hoax and the baby's still missing, a lot of family members looking at them with the side eye and with disdain. So I don't know anybody that's going to fund them to get representation after they see what we all see. These people are lying and they look crazy. They are public defenders. anybody that's been locked up, your chances of beating anything with a public defender besides a traffic ticket is slim to none. And this is a murder case, a perceived murder case with a child that's still missing. And this has been plastered all over the world. This is an international type story. And you putting this in the hands of a public defender to speak for you in a court of law with cameras rolling. You are idiots. They gonna get smoked, y'all. I don't know who, man, they gonna get smoked. Another thing is this. That's the first thing. They said tomorrow police are going to have more information that they will be releasing because they ain't released nothing yet. And if you heard in that video right there, the reason why I showed it to you, he said the police they don't even have their police they don't even have their the information of what they got what they're charged with, but they don't have the information on what the police have on them. They only know what they charged with. They arrested him. They just got the stuff from the DA today. They just brought him up on charges today, so they don't even have the paperwork yet. You know what I'm saying? So more information is going to come out tomorrow. Another thing is this, and this is the big thing with me. Why do you think, and I want to hear from you guys because you guys got good comments, man. I mean, I respect your opinions. Whether we agree or disagree, why do you think Jake's lawyer is off the case now? Do you think he was pushed off, or Jake was like, I don't want you representing me no more? Or do you think he was like, this ain't for me? Or is because of all of that stuff, him being in the public eye and looking stupid? I think it's both. And I'm going to explain it to you. Remember when Jake was sent out there to go and look in the field and all of that stuff? Or where he was just out there? Which I think they honestly took him out there. I don't think he volunteered anything. Go out there. When I made that video this morning when I was talking about, legal representation and, you can't go out there without a lawyer's permission and all this other stuff. Maybe Jake, did that. Well, I mean, they can come get you out of jail, but maybe that caused a rift. And the guy was like, I'm done with this. Or it could have been something like this. Jake, what's really going on? Tell me the truth. Defense lawyers tell you, I can't defend you if you're not being honest with me. You know what I'm saying? Because he already looks stupid defending them, and then the lies that he's saying that his defendant, he's sticking by his defendant, he already got egg on his face in public off of News Nation and all these other places. So he faces scrutiny. He probably went back to Jake and was like, I need you to be honest with me. We looking stupid right now. I'm your representation, and I'm on memes, and I'm looking dumb. Be honest, what happened? I think it was a rift between that. And he was like, you know what? I can't deal with this. Or Jake probably wouldn't cooperate. But I will tell you this. This changed what a lot of us, this dismissed what a lot of us was thinking. Jake was going to turn on her and make her the victim. Make her the villain. He not. And that's the big thing that we learned today. They have one lawyer to represent both of them. Both of them. Remember, we had two lawyers. It was presumed two lawyers, so two different strategies, right? And that causes rifts. Now, one lawyer is representing them because that means what? They're going to ride this thing out. They're going to stick to the story. Somebody took the baby. It wasn't us. Boom, you have it right there. They represented by one guy that just came in there, don't know them from a can of paint or the case, so he claims. And all of a sudden, now, I need time to get this shit together. You think in a week he gonna have enough to defend both of them when they both have two different stories because they was in two different places at the same time when the crime supposedly was committed and the whole thing was a hoax? They gonna have to start back from ground one. He gonna have a dictation pad, sit them both down on 2 separate days and say, okay, what happened? It's gonna take longer than a week. I'm more than sure they're gonna postpone it again. They're gonna postpone it again. A lot of you guys that had been in the legal system, as soon as they get your thing, they push that thing back weeks. This one back a week. Ain't no damn way in a week he gonna have the woman's side, she was at the scene of the crime, and the man's side, who's defending her, and all this other stuff where he was supposed to be at a football game. They're saying family members, and we knew this, ain't seen the baby for a month. So nobody really knows the last time he was seen alive. Because, you know what I'm saying? We don't know. But this what also shows you they're going to ride this thing out together is they have one lawyer. One lawyer can't get up and defend one against the other, and the other one can't turn against the other because they had the same lawyer. So whoever came up with that strategy, that's smart, because now they ain't no turning. Ain't nobody going to flip. They're going to sit there and they're going to ride this out no matter what. And I think they're looking at it like we can't look no better than we are. And I think the reason why it came to this, where they kept their mouths shut and still stick to the story, even though they got egg all over their goddamn faces. And what you think about this? Remember when this went down and they went in the house and like they supposed to be at two different places and all this stuff? You know what they was doing? They was on the internet watching. They was hearing all the negative things, the things people said about them, what need to be done to them. It bothered them. So they're like, okay, well, if they say we already did, we ain't got nothing to lose. Let's just keep our mouth shut. Hopefully they won't find little Emmanuel. God rest his soul. And we'll keep our mouth shut, and it's our story and we sticking to it. Whether you like it or not, they are going to ride this thing out. And you've seen it today with what happened. And speaking of that, it was the craziest thing today in with the court thing. After they got done, a guy just came out and talked real quick and then left. Like, it was no police statements, no DA statements, no nothing. These people are keeping their mouth shut because they know they got them, and they're giving them time. They're giving them enough rope to hang themselves, per se. This right here is going to get interesting. Tomorrow, we'll have more information released by the police. And next week, we'll see what happens. But I honestly believe they're going to push this thing back again. It's almost impossible to get caught up in a week in the case you claim you don't know nothing about as an attorney. But we'll see. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Guys, listen. Leave me a comment, man. Tell me what y'all think. You think they're going to make that deadline September 4th, next Thursday, and had an arraignment? Or do you think they're going to push it back again? Because they have a viable excuse now. Hey, Your Honor, I just came here. I don't know. I got to figure out what's happening. They're going to give them time to defend themselves, but they have a public defender. And that's key, a public defender. To me, besides the lie. And that's the beginning and the end. That's the other part of the beginning and end. That's the second gear in the drive in the oblivion. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.